Welcome back, trainers. So we're going to be taking a look at quite a few battles, so go ahead and get yourself a snack, sit back, relax, and let's get into this. So we're going to continue to run underused Pokemon, one being Serperior here. Now, yesterday I did state that a few times the Leaf Tornado is going to 100% lower the attack on the opponent, in which it is going to only be a 50% chance. So not every single time you use it, but nonetheless, it is still going to be fantastic, as you're going to see here. I do lead with Serperior every single time, and we're continuing to run Mawile. And then we have a Azumarill. All of them have the same moves, as you can see from the video I did put out yesterday regarding the Serperior as well as the team here. And we're going to be taking a look at all the battles, win or lose. So let's get into this. And like I said, we're leading Serperior every single time with a kind of safe swap into a Azumarill. So this is a great lead right here, expecting a switch. And they're going into Deoxys. Now I could have potentially gotten off a Leaf Tornado to lower the attack, because now I'm going to have to face off against a Deoxys that has potentially Thunderbolt. That was a possible bait there, so let's see if they go for another Rock Slide or they hit us with a Thunderbolt. So at this point, I definitely want to farm down, so I'm going to look to shield this up, Thunderbolt or Rock Slide. So it looks like they potentially have Psycho Boost on this, and at this point, we're going to let it go through, and it is another Rock Slide, so probably Psycho Boost. Down it goes. We have a bunch of energy. They have two shields. They're going to be bringing back their Swampert. And we're going to go ahead and go for Ice Beam. And then try to get off another one here. And we're successful in getting to that Ice Beam. And they decide to let it go through. And we're definitely going to let it go down. We're going to farm with the Serperior and have energy for whatever they do have in the back. And then our Mawile can come in as backup here. And between the both of them, they should be able to take out whatever's back there. So they're deciding to shield it up, retreating with energy, and then they're swapping into Skarmory. And our Mawile is going to be able to take that Skarmory out here. So gaining a little bit of energy, a little lag. That's exactly why I couldn't tap on it right away, because, well, there was lag. And eventually I'm able to get it off. We take the Skarmory down with Fire Fangs. The Swampert is loaded, and I decide to just let it go down. And it didn't do any damage because at that point they did back out. So we won that match there. So this is a horrible lead. We go from great to horrible with a Charizard. So we're swapping into a Azumarill, and they're going into their own here. So I have to think quick and make my decisions fast. So let's see if this is going to be a play rough. I think it is because of the timing there. And yeah, okay. So we have Mawile as well as the Serperior. Both of those are going to be weak to fire. So we need to somehow keep this Azumarill alive. The switch clock is just about ready, so I should shield this up here, protect the Azumarill, swap into Serperior if it lets me. Wow, lag. I'll have energy to hit the Charizard with at least something here. It doesn't matter if an Ice Beam comes through. Charizard does enter, and we're able to potentially lower the attack. And we do lower it? I couldn't see because of the sky. And because of the way the screen is positioned during my recording. But nonetheless, we were able to keep that Azumarill alive. They go for a shield bait potentially with the Dragon Claw. We do not shield, and now we are expecting that Blast Burn. It would have hurt us, even though we're water type. Blast Burn is just devastating. And we're going to be going for that Ice Beam, burning the shield, and just hoping we can get to an Ice Beam. But they decide to switch, and I use my energy here. So I'm going to go ahead and go Mawile. Vamp up my Fire Fang, but they go in with their last Pokemon, and it is a Registeel, folks. Alright, so do I have any more shields? We have none. So please go for a Flash Cannon. And they go for a Flash Cannon. If they would have went for Focus Blast, they would have probably taken us out. But we're able to get to another Power Punch, and Mawile is so good at taking out Registeel. We're able to win that one. They take us out, but we go with the Azumarill and take the Charizard out with Bubbles. So that definitely needed a little bit of maneuvering, but we were able to pull it off. All right, so we have a Haunter. Now, this isn't, Serperior can stay in that fight, but I decide to retreat. And then they actually switching into Meganium. At this point, I have to decide whether or not I want to use both shields. Or at least one. I should potentially be able to take it out now with the vamped up Fire Fang. I wanted to save that energy for whatever they did bring in, which is going to be a Haunter. Let's see if we can get a shield out. It does no damage, but they shield it up anyways. But that actually could have potentially made a difference between that Silver of Health of them being able to survive or not. They do bring in the Skarmory, and our Mawile is so vamped up with the Power-Up Punch and the Fire Fang at this point, that thing is going to drop really fast. We got it past half health. They take us out, but that's perfectly fine. They have no more shields. We're going to just go in here with the Serperior to absorb this. And then I guess I'm potentially trying to lower its attack. This is unnecessary. I could have went in with Azumarill. But I want to play it safe there. So they are going to be giving up there. And we take the win. We are so close to level 9. Alright, so we're on a roll. At this rate, we're going to be level 9, right? Well, you're going to see a little churn for the not so good, right? And man, it's just difficult using some of these underused Pokemon. Some of the situations are great, as you see. They need a lot of maneuvering. Some of them are absolutely horrible. So many of those Registeels, but the Mawile, let's go, takes care of business. So we're just in this match here. I don't know if I use the shield. I let it go through. That's good. We have low health, so they're not going to be able to farm us too much for whatever they do bring in. And it is going to be a Toxic Rogue. We're going to go for this just to make them think we're going for a play rough, but they do not decide to shield. And we have, what are we going to do here? So both of our Pokemon are potentially weak to Toxic Rogue with the Sludge Bomb. We know Serperior is tanky, it can take it. So I decided to go in with the Azumarill, take the hit. Then they make a very nice switch and make me waste my energy on their Azumarill. But we're going to go in here with a loaded Serperior and go to town with our grass moves. So we get their first shield there. And I do decide to let this go through. I have to play this out very clever, or else I'm not going to win this. Go for another one here, waiting for them to potentially switch. So I feel like I should shield this up and then wait for them to switch. There it goes. There's the Toxic Rogue. We're going to go ahead and go for that super effective Aerial Ace. Take them out. They have one shield. Maybe they weren't expecting that. Potentially a shield bait. They do bring their Azumarill back in. We're going to go ahead and try to get their last shield at this point. They are literally holding on to it to the last second here. And we have a, Pokemon in the back. So we'll be okay. We go in with Serperior and take them out with a couple of Vine Whips and win that one there. So, yeah, we're going to get to level 10, guys, without using Registeel at all. Nothing. None of that. Maybe I'll use it once I get there a couple of times or a few times. I'll start using it, but for now, we're going to get to level 10. No Registeel, because I'm having a blast with these teams, and so are you guys. I see all of you commenting saying how you're testing out the teams that I'm recommending, and it's finding you success. That is so awesome, guys. Really happy for you. So this isn't a good matchup, but we were able to get a shield, and we should definitely go in here with Mawile and absorb whatever they throw at us. The Leaf Blade is still going to hurt, even though we resist it, but Mawile is so squishy. And a few of you are asking, can these teams work without a Shadow Mawile and just a regular one? And to that, I have to say, yes, they can still work, okay? You have to just realize, though, the Shadow Mawile is doing slightly more damage in some cases, well, in all cases, but the regular Mawile is still going to be fine, okay? It's still going to be great. You're going to have to play your cards right, it's not going to be put on the team and it's just going to win, So trying to lower the attack, we did lower that attack that time. And I think this is a battle where I'm between a rock and a hard place here. Or should I say a rock and a Skarmory. Well, if I was between a rock, that'd be good for the Serperior, but yeah. So we're going to go Mawile, and at this point, I don't think we have 2 shields. Oh, stingy. That's why I lost this one. Holding onto those shields way too long. We have no health left. All right, in comes Meganium. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh, we won that with 2 shields. Let's go. So we have a horrible lead with the Altaria. We're switching into Mawile. Now, this is where I made my first mistake. I should usually switch my safe switch into Azumarill. But I decided to go Mawile. So we needed to land this play rough. We get it through. Lots of damage. Love that. Always love it when we get that through. Because it's almost going to be within farming range for the Serperior. And going for this before they kind of just feint us down here with bubbles, they do use a shield, which is great. So we're able to get a play rough through and get a shield as well. That's great. Entering with Serperior. Going to go for the farm down here. Letting whatever they use go through. It is going to be a play rough, so they do not have Ice Beam. They're switching into Altaria. Now, what they should have done is let their Azumarill just go down. Now, what they did was give me the switch advantage. I switched into Azumarill, and now I have the upper hand. So remember that, trainers. If you're in a spot where your Pokemon's about to faint out and you switch out, unless you know exactly how it's going to play out and how you can make this win, then go ahead. But otherwise, don't do it. Just let your Pokemon faint out in some cases, because in this specific one here, I was able to get the upper hand with the Azumarill. Now, let's see if I'm able to actually win, though. So we're going to shield this up. We need to preserve this because we have a Serperior in the back, and it doesn't want anything to do with Skarmory. So they're shielding out. I'm going in with this to absorb whatever they're going to do and potentially trying to lower their attack. Going for another one here, crossing my fingers that it's actually going to debuff. And it doesn't. But we're able to get to a third one. Can we get a debuff? Come on. And no. And what are we going to do here? Oh my gosh. All that talk about be careful on how you switch. And they're able to farm us enough to take us out, but it was very close. But nonetheless, you saw my point about that whole switching deal. In this specific incident here, they were able to barely pull off that win. Nice farmage. And that means basically not using your charge move and just kind of holding it all for the next Pokemon so you can just make a clean sweep and take them out. So anyways, they did make a switch into Altaria, and this is good for us, right? Now, what I would usually do, maybe, depending upon how I feel, is potentially shield up the first Sky Attack, but they let the Ice Beam go through, so they have other plans for me. Let's see how they pull this off. So at this point, we're going to just farm down, and now we have a bunch of energy for whatever they do bring in. Let's hope it's not an Azumarill, it's a Haunter. All right, so we're going to go for the Ice Beam to get a shield, obviously. And we're able to get to another Ice Beam, but they make a very nice switch into Azumarill to absorb that, in which we're going to go ahead and switch into Serperior that's loaded with energy. And we're going to go ahead and go for that Leaf Tornado. And we're going to go ahead and go for another one here. Serperior, I am loving this thing so much. It's so fun to use because of the tinkiness and what it's able to pull off here. So this is a good one here. And we're going to be getting that off. My camera actually stopped recording because it reached the limit, so they shielded it up. Then they took us down, and now we have a Mawile with 2 shields. So at this point, let's see if we're going to be able to pull this off here. And we're definitely going to shield this up again. And we take the win with Fire Fang. All right, so good one there. Moving on to the next battle. And if you're thinking, well, what were you talking about? You sound like things were going to take a turn for the worse, but you're still doing okay. Yeah, but I didn't do as good as I wanted to. I wanted to get to rank 9 today with Serperior and Mawile. Mawile's just been by my side. As you guys have seen, it's just been there. Like, I've refused to use anything else. There's a few times where I did do several sets for videos that it was excluded, but very circumstantial. Otherwise, it's there along with me every single time. Love it, right? And I kind of just, I pioneered this thing, and I really want it to work, and I've done so. And it's been a great time. A lot of things, you know, are hard to pull out using it, but I wanted to use a Pokemon. I set my heart on it, and I went for it. Anyways, let's see what we can do here. So the attack has been lowered. They switch with energy, and it's it's a shame because now our Serperior's gone. They took it out. So the only thing we can do at this point is go for Hydro Pump, unless we decide to potentially catch an Ice Beam, or I don't know what, and then try to get off a Play Rough with the Mawile. But that is very unlikely in this battle. Already seems like I could potentially lose. So the only hope that I do have is the fact that they're going for Hydro Pump too. And that potentially may help me out here. So we're going to be going for Hydro Pump again. Let's just hope they don't shield this up. They let it go through. Great. We both have a shield. Azumarill's low though, so I basically have one Pokemon. Now I'm just hoping I can get to Hydro Pump. Fantastic. Alright, so we have the Mawile, which can handle the Registeel. So we're making a switch, and we're going to be shielding this up. So let's see what happens next. They're going to be switching into Deoxys. Let's see what move. Rock Slide. Okay, so that's okay. And we're able to gain a little bit more energy to get to another Power Punch here, which is going to make our Fire Fang even stronger. And we take them out. Mawile always coming in so clutch for us. Looking great. So we're met with another defense form Deoxys. Let's just cross our fingers we can get to the debuff. Hopefully it happens for us. That 50% chance, not 100. There's the first debuff. At this point, we're looking golden. Because Thunderbolt's not very effective. Psycho Boost is going to keep lowering their attack, so they're basically stuck going with Rock Slide, which is going to do okay damage, but Serperior's tanky. Watch, it's going to be able to even get through this one. No shield, and we're able to get to another Leaf Tornado. Let's see if we can drop their attack again. We drop it again. Oh, we're so close to taking that one there. That's okay. So we're going to go ahead and go with the Azumarill, pretending that's our safe swap at this point. Prepared for whatever. They're switching into Registeel. See, there's that example I was telling you about. They didn't need to switch Deoxys. They could have let it faint. Now at this point, they switched. They're locked. And I could have picked whatever I want to go in there. In this case, the Mawile. And I'm extremely comfortable. I'm using my shields. Both of them on Mawile. I'm going to take this Registeel out. And now it's vamped up for whatever's in the back. That Deoxys can come back. I'll just gain energy off of it. But they bring in an Umbreon. So this is just mwah, beautiful. Alright, so let's see how this plays out. Not very effective, but still doing good damage. You're going to see me using a Play Rough on an Umbreon later down the line with the Mawile. And finally getting through to see how much damage it does. I basically always go for Power Punch to play it safe because that's a lot of energy to potentially waste on them shielding. So yeah, we're just swapping into the Azumarill to absorb this unnecessary swap there. They do have the Deoxys in the back, and we just tap on that before they do, even though a Thunderbolt wouldn't have been able to take us out. And we win. Moving on to the next battle here. We're met with an Alolan Raichu. Absolutely great. They're going to have a Thunder move or a Grass move. Maybe a Psychic move, in which case we're still going to be able to tank it. So we do not lower their attack, but let's see what they throw at us. It's going to be a Thunder Punch. Not very effective. Serperior just laughed. So we're switching into Azumarill as they have their Medicham out there. And we're going to be able to absorb everything. I felt like I got a little too comfortable kind of farming on this thing. I could have potentially took it out a little bit sooner than I did. So let's just watch this here. So they're continuously going for the Power Punch. And it's working for them, as you see. They got me into the yellow here. But we did the same just by simply farming it down with quick moves. We do go for the heavy hitting move. Unfortunately, they do shield it up, but I felt comfortable enough to wasting that energy. They're switching into Venusaur, and we're going to be going into our Mawile, which can hard counter this. Well, not hard. It's a great counter, but Frenzy Plant still hurts a bunch. Sludge Bomb still hurts a bunch, even though they're resisted. We're so squishy, so it can get the job done. So we're going to use a shield at this point here. And they're bringing in Medicham. We're going to get a Power Punch just to do a little bit damage here. So as you can see, the Medicham coming back to haunt me, in which I could have potentially taken it out before, a little bit sooner, with just going with Ice Beam. But I decided to get a little bit greedy or just toying around with it. So they do switch into Alolan Raichu. We're going to immediately go for that Leaf Tornado and take the win. Moving on to our next match. So close to 9, we can taste it with the UU Pokemon Underused. Azumarill, not so much, right? So we're met with another Deoxys in the front. We are lowering the attack. Can we beat this Deoxys? There's been so many that the Serperior's had to face off against, but it holds its own for sure. Alright, so we lowered the attack twice, folks. Let's go. Can we lower it one more time to take the win here? Finally, the first time a Serperior was going to be able to win the lead up against one of these Defense 4 Deoxyses. And we do it. Let's go. Alright, so we're going to be using Leaf Tornado, whatever comes out there. We just want to potentially lower the attack, which we do. Absolutely great. We're going to be going in here with Azumarill, and then they're going to be countering us with their Azumarill. Should have just stayed. Honestly, should have just stayed. Now, the Sableye that did retreat, its attack is going to be back to normal. But what we're going to do is going to go for that Play Rough. We get it through. I love that. Oh, it's so nice when we get the Play Roughs through. It does so much damage. So we still have 2 shields. Do we need to shield this up? It's a Play Rough. Sure, why not? Thinking about farming, don't need to farm that much. But yeah, they did just expend their energy, so I could have potentially farmed a little bit more. So we have the Sableye back out here. Getting a little close. Getting a little close. They have one shield left. They just used it. They have 2 shields left. Okay, so we have a bit of a problem. Even though we're a Zoomerl, it's still an issue here. So we're going to shield this up. Another Power Gem. Thank goodness they didn't bait us there. We're going to go for Ice Beam, and they let it go through. Okay, I was questioning that. I don't know why they let it go through. I don't know if it was a glitch, but I have a feeling they could have potentially won that. It was very close, or a double KO or something. But anyways, so we're matched up against the Ivysaur here. Now we have to look out for that Sludge Bomb. That is going to hurt us. We will be able to survive, but I want to come out on top for this battle. We'll at least get close without having to burn 2 shields. Alright, so we know they're going to be going for potentially a Sludge Bomb again, which they do. We baited a shield already. Now we're going to go ahead and just go for another Leaf Tornado at this point. They use another shield, which is great. We lower the attack. We're able to get to another Leaf Tornado. Don't think this is going to KO. Very close, and they take us out. We've lowered the attack twice. So, I mean, they use 2 shields. We're looking good, I guess. I'm going to let this go through. Not doing very much because their attack has been debuffed twice at this point. They're bringing an Umbreon in. Now they have no shields. Check it out. This is exactly what we were talking about. Let's see how much Play Rough does. On Mawile against the Umbreon. In practice. Oh my gosh. Well, it did more than we could see there, but it does a lot of damage. Absolutely fantastic. Felt good to finally land on an Umbreon for once. Okay, I don't know exactly what happened. I feel like alright, I don't want to call people out for things or nothing, but at this point, they stopped attacking, but it froze for a minute, and I feel like either they lost connection or they were trying to do something, but I don't think that's the case. It's probably just lag, right? Anyways, moving on to the next battle. I'm sure it was just lag. Let's just put it that way. No suspicions. There. Anyways, we're in this matchup against a Tropius. This isn't good. We've made a switch. They're using Tropius, and if we can get an Ice Beam through, sure. Maybe I should have shielded this up. I don't know, but this wasn't all bad for me though. Potentially should have shielded up the Azumarill. Went for another Ice Beam to take them out or get another shield from them. This is Razor Leaf, so I didn't think I would have survived. That was my concern. So I just decided to let it go. We are using a shield here. We take them out, but we have a Whiscash. Can we get to the Play Rough? Yes. Are they going to let it go through? Yes. We're going to make a switch. Take them out before they use their energy. And that's a Registeel. Not good. Not good. So we lowered their attack once. Okay. We have no more we have one more shield. They have one more shield too. We know what Mawile can do with a sliver of health and 1 shield going up against a Registeel. And that is pretty much annihilate it, right? The lock-ons will add up eventually, but let's see. Let's see what happens. We're able to get to another Leaf Tornado, making the switch immediately, and they take us out. And we're using our last shield here. And oh my gosh, so close. I was going to have to finish it off with quick moves at that point. So, made a mistake along the line somewhere. And we're met with a Cast Form Water. That was nice. We had that good matchup. They did switch into a little Marowak, and we're going in with our Azumarill. They're getting the Shadow Ball through. This is not good. So I'm going to bait them out with an Ice Beam here. I know they want to keep that thing alive, right? It's good against my first Pokemon. It could potentially be good against my last Pokemon. They haven't seen yet because my team is out there for everybody to see, right? They're using, I mean, you know, I don't know. Maybe they've seen me once or something. They're switching into a Registeel. Now let's just go to work. Let's go to work. Overtime. Double pay. With benefits. With Mawile, let's go. We have no more shields, and I'm just, please hit us with a Flash Cannon. Oh, it's Focus Blast. We're able to survive and still take them out. What are they going to bring in next? It's that Marowak. So we're going to go ahead and do Power Up Punch, switch, and go for Ice Beam. Let's see what happens here. It goes through. They bring in the cast form at the end. So they looks like they were trying to, I don't think they were farming actually. They just want to get rid of us. Look like as soon as they hit the Wither Ball, they tapped on it. We're going to be going here with Serperior and, well, this is game. See, cast form water can only learn water or electric charge moves. So there is nothing it can do at this point. There's no buffs or debuffs on them. So we're able to take them out with just grass power, right? And I like that cast form. Very nice. Let's go. So we're met with a Venusaur. This is, you know, okay. It's not the worst, it's not the best, but Sludge Bomb's going to hurt. I do decide to gain energy and then switch into Mawile. Then they switch into Jirachi. I don't know what else they have in the back, if this is their safe swap, but Mawile's going to be able to, well, maul it. And we're shielding this up because Doom Desire hurts everything. Unless you're some super tanky steel and ground type. Steelix, maybe. But nonetheless, so they're bringing in their Sableye. So this isn't horrible either, but Shadow Claw still hurts. Now we're just going to keep going. Power Punch, get as much damage as we can. As you can see, Mawile is almost able to take it out, but they have a bunch of energy. So we have to think up a Pokemon we want to sacrifice here to absorb that, and that's going to be Azumarill. Hitting us with a Foul Play, switching into Venusaur, potentially trying to burn our shield, and then hit us with that. But I had other plans. I was going to let Azumarill absorb that as well, potentially burn their shield here. We get it. And now we're going to be able to go for the Aerial Ace. We're shielding this up. Going to take them out. I guess I'm going for another shield bait, and they fall for it. So we should be able to survive this. Please survive this. All right, Serperior is such a beast. Aerial Ace super effective against Venusaur here. And we take down the Sableye as well. Now, if you're wondering if there's a little bit more strategy behind simply what I'm saying here, sometimes there is, and I don't want to say everything because if I do, everybody's going to know exactly what I'm doing, right? Alrighty, into the next battle, and like usual, trainers, if you enjoy these battles, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does help me out a lot. Share it with your friends. So they started off with Tropius, and we were in with our Serperior. I made a swap into Mawile, and then they swapped into Swampert. And we're going to let it go down. We're not using any shields. We're going to go in here, potentially farm down with Serperior, I think. Okay, all right, so please do that. And doesn't look like we're trying to farm, and they're smart. They didn't use a shield. They let it go down so they can just retaliate with their Tropius, and that's where I made my mistake. I should have farmed on the Swampert. Yep, okay. These Tropius have been giving me trouble, as you can see here. Are they really good? Yes, they're actually pretty good. Yeah, I use them from time to time, once in a blue moon. I personally have one with a secondary move. Quite expensive for sure, as well as hard to get your hands on for some people, right? Because it is going to be region locked. We get that through. It doesn't do much damage. Superior doesn't have the best attack, while Tropius is pretty tanky. They're getting off that super effective Leaf Blade, and we need to get that thing out of here ASAP. They're shielding it up. Why wouldn't they? They have 2 shields left. They are comfortable. So we are using our last shield. Not good. They're making a switch, knowing that they can just toy with their food at this point, because it's over for me. Not only do I have Hydro Pump, but they switched into an Azumarill. And I'm assuming they have Play Rough. They just overfarmed, because that's, they don't have, nope, they're going for Ice Beam. We're going for a little Desperation Hydro Pump here. Ah, take that. Switching into Serperior. Ah. Hey, at least I tried. I didn't back out, right? Sometimes you have to try. Even if you know you're about to lose, still give it your all once in a while. Most of the time, right? So they make a swap, and now we're going to make a swap as well. Oh, yeah. Cushy City. Let's go. So we're going to be letting that go through. Now, those Dragon Breaths do add up, so you can't sit too pretty with a Azumarill going up against Altaria. If they had energy advantage to some degree here. So they let the Ice Beam go through. Pretty happy about that. And we're also going to let all the attacks go through as well. We're going to be going for a Hydro Pump and just let us faint out eventually. Hopefully they don't have too much energy here. They're going to have to expect another Hydro Pump if they don't take us out. Then we're going to be able to go back in there with Serperior and farm down. They did let us survive. I don't actually think they let us survive. It just didn't do enough damage there. I was not able to get to the Ice Beam, but I wasn't really frantically trying to get to it because I know exactly what I can do here. But they're switching into Marowak now. Here we go. This is another Pokemon that gives me trouble if it doesn't line up correctly, especially with the Azumarill out of the equation. So letting that go down, oof, praying that I get the attack debuff on the Marowak. Nope. And we're gonna just go for the Aerial Ace at this point. And this is a lost game. We've seen this in my last video, right? Obviously, I'm a grass type. I think I just let this go through because no point in dragging it on. Good games. Moving on to our next opponent. We are met with a defense form Deoxys. So we've seen this before. We need to get the attack debuff. There is none that first time around. And at this point, I've done this so many times that I know if I don't get the attack debuff on the first try, we lost. It's not going to be a hard loss, but we're not going to come out on top. At least we got the attack debuff that time, so we will be able to tank the Rock Slide a little bit better here and get off another one of these for potentially another attack debuff. Let's see if that can happen here. No attack debuff on the second try. At least we got it once. They have a little bit of energy, so we're just going to go ahead and go with the Azumarill here. And let's see if they hit us with a Thunderbolt. It's going to be a Rock Slide, potentially afraid to get it fainted out before using that energy there, and also maintaining the switch advantage by not switching. They're going to be going in with Haunter here, and we're just going to go for Ice Beam to get a shield out of them, switching immediately into Mawile. And I let this go through. It's a Shadow Ball. I thought it was going to be a Shadow Punch to bait me, but they got me. That was very nice. And at this point, I kind of just wanted to put my phone down and say, dang, they got me. So they have a shield left, and let's see. Please let this get through. Of course they shielded. I should have went for an Ice Beam. Potentially. No. I was going to say if I was able to bait them with an Ice Beam, then hit them with a Hydro Pump, I could have maybe won. But I don't. No, not with the amount of health that I had. And no. So we back out. Yeah, I told you I was upset. I was like, nah, I could have won that. I messed up. All right. Anyways, can't win them all. Moving on to the next one, we're met with a Registeel, swapping into a Azumarill, hoping they're going to switch after this charge move, but they don't. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Hydro Pump. They let it go through, which is okay. Not bad. They're going to be going for another Flash Cannon. That's not going to KO us, but they're pretty low. So I decided to go for an Ice Beam to get a shield, making them think I have a Hydro Pump already. Let's see if they fall for it. They do. I don't know if Ice Beam would have KO'd with that amount of health on the Registeel, but they wanted to get that Flash Cannon on. So now we go in with the Mawile. We take it down. We have energy. We have 2 shields. We're a bit flexible here. Let's see what we can do. So it is an Azumarill. We already know what we're going to do here. Go for Play Rough and hope they let it go through. And it gets through. We've been landing these Play Roughs on Azumarills all day. Let's go. I switch into Serperior and see a Skarmory, and then my heart sunk. I was thinking, man, I just want to get to rank 9. Why? Come on. Why is it doing me like this? So what I can do, I had to think about this immediately. Mawile is not looking the healthiest back there. We have 2 shields. Let's try to lower the attack. I don't think we got the attack debuff once. We hit it 3 times, no attack debuff. We have 2 shields. We need to shield this up. We have to. So they have a lot of energy, right? I'm going to let this go through, being a bit brave. All right, going for that Power Punch. If they shield it up, that's fine. We don't need that to go through, really. We just need the vamped up. Well, we needed to go through. Look at our health. They come in with a Azumarill and take us out. So, well, yeah. Met with a Alolan Marowak, and we're switching into a Azumarill. They're deciding to stay into this fight here. Let this go through. It's a Shadow Ball, and then they make a switch into Whiscash. Now, we're just going for Hydro Pump. Fine. If we waste the energy and they shield it, okay, that's cool. We have Serperior in the back that can take care of that thing. Easy money. But we still need to look out for Blizzard. But they expend all that energy there. So I'm going to go ahead and go for Hydro Pump again. And we get it very low. But we still have an Alolan Marowak that we need to look out for in the back. And our Azumarill is out for the count. So we have two things weak against fire, and they have a fire in the back, but it's pretty low. Serperior is pretty tanky. Let's see what they do here. Are they going to come back with the Marowak? And they do. So we're going to go for Aerial Ace. Neutral damage. And that is where the clip actually stopped recording again. I was so confused just now. All right, so we're just going to keep chipping away here. We're going to be going for this to try to lower their attack. Now we're going to gain a little bit more energy for whatever's in the back. Switch into Mawile to potentially take it out before they can use their energy, but they go for it a little too quick, hitting Shadow Ball. We shield it up. They swap into Altaria, and I'm thinking we need to get Play Rough through. It has to happen. So we overcharge a bit so we could potentially get to another one, and we get it through, and Marowak goes down. All right. I love landing those Play Roughs. Awesome. So starting out the next match, not good for us at all. And so we're swapping into our safe swap, which is going to be a Azumarill here. And letting this go down. They're deciding to finally switch here into Deoxys. We're just going to go Hydro Pump. Heavy hitting damage. Let's go. We have the Mawile that can handle the Altaria, so we don't need to worry about the Azumarill going down. And the Serperior can handle the Deoxys. But that doesn't mean we won by any means. We're able to get to another Hydro Pump. Do they let it go through? Great. We take a good amount of HP off of them, bringing them pretty low, possibly farm down area. And we're going to be taking damage. They go for Thunderbolt. Sure. Not very effective. And they swap into Altaria. So we swap into Mawile with full health and 2 shields. And resisting. So we're going to go for Play Rough here. Thinking if they shield it up, that's fine. I'm just going to get to another one and shield up their Sky Attacks. They have a Registeel in the back. Bingo. Bingo. Mawile. Coming in clutch. Let's go. We know how this is going to play out. We have 2 shields. I will dedicate both of them. But at this point, I don't think I need to. They go for the Focus Blast, expending a bunch of energy. They make a swap into Deoxys. We're going to take that out ASAP. We have to. They use their last shield. We swap into Serperior. That was clutch. Wow, I don't remember that. Nice. Nice past me. And now they're going to be using their energy because, well, they're about to faint. And we just shield it up just because and take the win there. Now, I do believe we're approaching the last couple of battles here, folks. So let's see what we have here. Not a good lead at all. So we're swapping into our Azumarill, and they're going into their own Azumarill, hoping that they do have Play Rough. Of course, that is always the scenario that we want because we do not currently have Play Rough because of the team composition that we do have. So we have a bit more coverage to go up against the Registeels with that Hydro Pump. If we had Play Rough Ice Beam, that's not a good place to be going up against one of those Registeels or Bastodon. But they have Play Rough. That's okay. We're going to be able to do okay amount of damage here. And then potentially just go in there with the Serperior. Now I need to, I thought I wanted to survive with the Azumarill. I think I might get this off baiting a shield and then, okay. I think I was contemplating switching, but it's better to just go down, farm down, and then make my plans afterwards while I still have 2 shields here. So yeah, this is definitely the last battle. So if you did enjoy this video, folks, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends. I really appreciate when you do hit that like button. It helps me out so much. And I will continue to bring you more and more battles, right? So we're getting to rank 9 fairly close here. So we're going to try to potentially lower the attack on the Altaria here. And we're able to get to another one. Now, at this point, they have farmed so much energy, we're not looking too great. So we make a swap. And let's see what we're going to do here. We shield up the Dazzling Gleam. It's a lot of energy. I don't know, maybe could have went for Sky Attack. But we're going to go for the Play Rough. Let's see if we can get this through. And they have 1 shield left. They have the Registeel, and that's what they were saving that shield for. But the Registeel should not be able to survive me. All right, so we've already had energy. We're going to be able to get to that Power Up Punch, vamp it up even more. They used their last shield just now. The only way I was going to win this if I took the damage with the Serperior. So I swap into this. Wow, that was amazing. All right, and we're able to take the win there with the Mawile. Okay, so if I didn't make that switch, it was game over, so very clutch. Thanks for watching, trainers. We're getting close to rank 9, no Registeel. Let's go. Take care, trainers.
first reports of the virus are believed to have been in State College. The virus has since spread throughout the state of Pennsylvania. It is believed that it will spread to adjacent states within the next 12 hours. Some of the affected persons are turning into zombie-like creatures.